What's up, guys? I know today I'll be watching the first episode of My Hero Academia Season 8. And this is my first time reacting to this series on this channel. But yes, I've seen the first seven seasons. And I loved it. I loved it. I wish I did my reaction like I did to TMNT and Attack on Titan on this channel. But I just couldn't do that for a lot of reasons. But yeah, time and just a lot of reasons there that, just kind of prevented me from reacting to this. But yeah, this final season, I thought I'm just gonna find time and it's just going to be like 11 or 13 episodes. Is it 11 or 13? I don't know, but I just know that it's not going to be long. Therefore, it's not going to take me as long time as I thought, it was going to for if I did react to other previous seasons. So yeah, I'm just gonna start reacting to the first episode. So yeah, if you like the video, make sure that you do leave a like and subscribe. Anyway, let's watch the episode.
UA! You're weighing down the coffin in the sky! The drive system can't handle it! Don't forget about Dobby! He's going nuclear! He'll explode in a little over a minute!
So this is more of like a recap of the last season. Fun fact, before I started watching this episode, I actually watched a recap of actually what happened in the last season so that I can actually understand where I left it from. So this, them actually doing this is actually also kind of help. It doesn't matter if you're a big fan. Sometimes you just need to watch a recap so that you can understand where you left off, so that you can watch the episode with no confusion. So this is a recap.
I'll be fine. Trust me. I'm taking everything I've ever been given, and I'm using it against you! After all these years, you should have realized something about me. My whole life, I have never once fought, thinking there was even a chance I could lose. Bind him! Cellophane!
I know deep down he knows that he's gonna lose, but it's never show weakness against. Never show your enemy's weakness.
Smash! Man, this is kind of shameless! Here I am in my 50s, beating up an utterly helpless young man! Plus air cannon, plus rivet stab, plus dark ball, plus impure beam!
Did he survive that? I think he survived that, but it was very like he didn't get up right. I don't remember. I know I watched the recap, but it was just more of a recap of like the most important things. Don't know if he survived, but I know that he did not die in the last season.
The utility cape. Auto card, Tsukuyomi.
Cape damaged. Left wrist bone and collarbone shattered.
Max movement assist. You know, we think alike, old friend.
Don't assume I've fallen for your pathetic plot to stall me.
I mean, it's like you say I didn't fall for a trap, yet at the same time you're actually not being distracted, you're doing something else.
Touchable! Super acid injection.
It's more of like a one last laugh, And it kind of reminds me of the Joker when he's laughing. But in this case, it's kind of, a good laugh, like a heartwarming laugh.
Full throttle! That's it. Come on, Kosei. Lend me your strength.
I can kill you in power-saving mode. Your agony will be exquisite.
Nice try!
Wow, I did not expect to see that.
I'm barely trying. He will die. The light of justice is snuffed out.
Oh no.
it to shine! And when the darkness is illuminated!
Like, he's not fighting to win, like I said that before. He's not fighting to win, he's just fighting to stop.
300 meters northeast of where the villains were initially separated. My little seedlings need flesh in order to grow.
So who's this guy? I don't remember him, you know. Who is this guy?
Absorption. Damn it. Blast the sucker. Full power.
Oh, beautiful! This is the most impressive bloom I've ever created!
So these flowers, like they are heroes, it's heroes who are turned into flowers like that. Yeah, that's creepy.
Through their roots, the plants become botanical extensions of me! Don't struggle, trader. There's no escape. Without your belt, your light leaks out everywhere. Aiming is impossible. My, how you fought against my...
Actually, that's a good thing. If he cannot aim, all he has to do is just destroy everything around him. Unless if there are other heroes who are still alive, that's a bad idea. But if he's the only one who's still alive, oh yeah, just destroy everything around him.
Like it, Yuga?
Destroying all the flowers and him. So yeah, just do that.
Mama! My boy! I'm so happy for you!
Villain, merci.
Lights flicker on and off. See, even if mine goes out, someone else will pick up the torch and
Yes, that's that's the good thing about being an inspiring or hero is that you inspired us to become like you. Therefore, they're always going to be heroes who are going to defeat villains.
think I'm gonna be the one who loses today, all for one!
Connection complete. Commencing emergency charge.
Bombs! Great juice! Fade to nothing already. Come on, you bastard, while my joy still overshadows my pain!
And everyone is watching this. It's like when you watch something, then you're like, we all know how this is gonna end, but at the same time, you're
Who's
like,
that skeleton-looking guy wearing the metal suit?
nice, yeah, yeah, people because at the same time, you know the ending, but you're like, you fought to the better ending, you still lost, but still, you do not give up, and that's the most important. That's the most important,
Our
thing.
lives won't change no matter who wins the fight.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's gonna change, but sometimes people usually act after something bad happens instead of trying to prevent it. So you will see. But here's another kid that got inspired.
Battery reserves depleted. Multiple condensers overloaded. System failure.
Now!
Huh? Where's your smile, old friend?
Ooh, yeah, that has to be painful. Someone's still alive.
It's not a good look, former hero. Bereft of hope,
And dude looks very young.
struggling on the ground like a worm. I'll relish the look of utter despair in your eyes. Then I'll make a mess out of your face, just like you did to mine all those years ago.
What just happened? Yeah, that's the same question I've.
Everyone bleeds the same color.
Wait, I remember that guy. The one that he really liked the All Might because of his smelling, Yeah, I forgot his name.
Villain in custody.
Who is that girl?
Gakure, you're...
Oh yeah, I remember her. Yes, you're visible.
Sacre bleu!
Being invisible is.
They won't just disappear. They'll keep spreading. We can't have that.
True, that's not a good thing.
Strength of my light and burned the roots that had grown into me.
Okay, so that was the first episode of My Hero Academia, season 1, episode 1. Now, this episode, I, I usually like to start, by saying what I really feel about an episode, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna be truly honest. I love it, but at the same time, it's one of those things where you kind of understand why they do some things, but at the same time, you're kind of disappointed, but at the same time, like, okay, oh, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I understand why you do it, so I'm gonna let it slide. And the reason why I'm saying it is that the first, let's just say, 10 to 15 minutes. No, that's too much. 8 minutes, around 8. No, let's just say 5 to 8 minutes. Is something that we've seen before in the last episode. I don't know which episode, but in the last season, which was All Might fighting off one. It's 0-1, right? Not 1-4. 0-1, yes. 0-1, and that the fight, at least in the beginning of the fight, we saw that earlier on, and I can see that in this episode they kind of cut some of the parts that we saw, but some of them still linger in this episode, where you kind of like, oh, I've seen this before. But the more you watch, you're like, okay, now we're in the new stuff. They kind of like, I haven't seen this before, and that's one of the things that I was actually kind of questioning myself. I was like, I know I watched a recap video on YouTube about what happened in season 7, how it ended, and all of that. But the video wasn't really specific about some of the things, like who died, or at least some of the characters. And one of the characters was like, and for all, did he die or not? So I was like, I knew that I did not see him die, so there's a possibility that he was still alive. But when I started watching this episode and seeing it, I was like, are they going to start by showing us how he died in the last season? And we're gonna start from there, maybe something along the lines, or are we going to start with Diego and fighting the other guy? I was like, what is going to happen? And I think that also is kind of what the writers and the people want you to feel when you watch this episode. Is like, you scratch your head and say what is going to happen. And yeah, I was feeling that, but I still, my complaint, I understood that it was more of, I have seen at least 7 minutes of this first episode of season 8 in the last season. Therefore, it's nothing new. That was the feeling, and it's just it kind of removes you at the same time. And some part of you is like, I just want to skip to the new part, because that's why I'm here. I want to watch the new stuff, But at the same time, it's like, if I jump, I might miss some important things that I never seen in the last season, or it was not in the last season, where they kind of just drop in new things in between the scenes that you have seen before. So you're kind of like, okay, it's just a 21-minute video episode, so I'm just gonna watch everything. But my mind kind of fell, but saying, just jump to this new part you haven't seen, just go there. Yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna start talking about this episode. Really is more about how uh, how All For One kind of fought up to the end, out to the bitter end. Even us as viewers, we kind of know. I'm getting confused with All For One and One For All. How they both fight each other, even though One For All did not have his powers, because obviously we know why. But still, him fighting up to the bitter end was kind of the main point of this episode. It's like a kind of a bitter end to his story from the beginning up to now, because from here onwards we're gonna be focusing on the class A student, and their fights and everything like that, and up to the end. So we just have to have one episode. Maybe this will linger into the next episode, we don't know, but we just have to have one episode where we kind of just focus on someone who kind of is a better part in the storyline. So yeah, I understand, I love it, and I appreciate it. Good job. I really, my complaint isn't really much of a complaint, but at the same time, it is a complaint. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm just gonna jump into the next episode. So yeah, I'll see you in the next episode, right? Yeah, let's wait the next episode.